Yo, hello, sir. I'm good. We are good. Just getting on with the day, like usual. A little bit late, but had a few things to do. But we're good. I'm just tired like fucking usual. Tom, hello, sir. It's the middle of the week. Hopefully, things are well for everyone. Middle of the week, lovely time. Tomorrow's a brand new movie that comes out. I'm gonna go see it. I'm excited. Oh, no. Yo. Tomorrow's my last day of the internship. That's awesome. Hopefully you can find something to do after that's done. What are you doing it for? Like, what are you in for? You make me want to buy the White Dwarf 30th model. It is quite nice. It's a very fun mini. I think they're about like 80 bucks, 90 bucks on the secondary market. You can maybe find them for cheaper. Fuck, even I might have a few in storage somewhere that I'd probably sell. Electrician? Well, that's good news. Yes, The Mummy is out tomorrow. I need to see that film. I realized I never put up the White Dwarf that it came in. I'm an idiot. I'm like, I'll put the White Dwarf on screen, and then I realized I never did. No, it's its own movie. It looks like, the synopsis is a little girl goes missing, and she's found alive, but entombed in a sarcophagus 8 years later. And apparently it's some sort of, like, cultish, weird, like, ritualistic things that are going on. All these children are being kidnapped and, like, entombed and killed. Or, like, enslaved by some, like, entity. Sounds, I mean, something along those lines. It has nothing to do with the trilogy. Teaching wasn't for me, but at least I finished it. Yeah. Well, you gotta do things until you either meld with it or you don't, right? You'll never know until you at least try. If you think you know something and you love it, and then you realize you don't in the end, I mean, that is a very normal thing for people, I think. It's only life. We all think we know what we want to do, and then it's like, eh. I found it for 100 euros. I want to use it as my High King on Shield Bearers for the Old World. You certainly can. It'd be a very flavorful model. But yeah, all these like weird rebooty, only in spirit, only in name, I should say, not even in spirit type of movies are interesting. I'm sure it'll be fine. No real expectations with any movie these days, but like, it'll be fine.
Hello, good morning, Captain. New Metro trailer and Street Fighter movie.
I did see the Street Fighter trailer. It was like weird. It was all right. A little bit. I mean, there was a few scenes with Geef. It did look very interesting. Little bit of bad CG, but like, yeah. I haven't seen the Metro trailer. I might watch it later. The Street Fighter trailer was like really weird. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'm looking for champions. It is a movie I will definitely go see, though. Because you have to see it. Even the new MK movie, which I don't really know when that's supposed to be out, but you gotta watch that one, too. Which I'm sure it'll just be like a great popcorn film. They always are. There's nothing really to think about.
I would say Street Fighter 1 was good enough, kinda like the Mortal Kombat 1 but a bit more jokey. Also, if you're gonna watch the Metro one, you should watch the one with the devs talking about the hardship of making them game during an active war.
Where are they out of? What's their studio out of? And that older Street Fighter movie, I mean, it's good, but it's older, right? If you have a big successful game or any sort of like property that you want to expand on, it's like you may as well bring out something today. Ukraine? Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. I'm assuming it's going to be more akin to, like, 3. I guess we don't know yet unless they announce what it was supposed to be, genre-wise, but it'll be good. Metro is one of the best, like... Metro is just Dead Space. Like, they care more about the world building and the integrated gameplay. It's less of a game and more of, like, an experience. Well, not to say that Dead Space wasn't, but, like, Metro was more of, like, a realistic kind of endeavor with how it made you play. Like, those Metro games are so good, man. Metro 3 was, like, crazy different. And it was crazy different in, like, the best of ways. Like, 1 and 2 were very claustrophobic. 3 was just, like, a complete turnaround. Very, very, very cool. Why is the word Ukraine auto-modded for that guy? The fuck? They greenlit a Thing sequel? Yikes. Who's directing? Yikes. Might be good. The issue with The Thing is they came out with the prequel, but the prequel played out exactly like the OG, so it was just like, why am I watching this? It's just like a retelling of, like, the first movie, even though it's not. Really? Well, there's no better person. The OG John Carpenter film, you could say in essence was a sequel because they had the dog kind of like run up and then of course it was The Thing, and that in a sense would be a sequel, and then they kind of told the prequel of that. But when they told that second story about the American camp, it just sucked. Like, it was fine. It was fine. But again, it was more of like a rehashing of like the Carpenter film, which is such a big problem because you don't want a rehash, you want something new. Right? It explained how certain things kind of fell into place. And, you know, when they went over to the camp and they saw all the burned bodies and all that crap, it was very much, oh, that's how it happened. Like, it made sense, but in terms of originality, It's basically just like Alien Romulus. It's like, yeah, all right, dude. It's like the Romulus of the thing. It's just rehashed ideas. Some of them are fine. Some of the ideas in that were great, but it's like more or less it feels like the same movie. Yes, they're making a sequel to that. It's a great film. Yo, yo. Good afternoon. No, I'm not playing the Winrose game. No, we have too many other things to do. Well, I guess we'll see if he can make it happen. Oh my god. I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I don't know, dude. When is that supposed to go live? That's a better question. When are those changes supposed to go live? Because I don't really care about PBE. PBE is just boring as fuck. I'd rather just test it live. Like, I'll never be on the PBE, most likely. Three weeks? Oh my god. A month? Titan hello, sir. It's kind of a long time, no? A month? For basic bitch changes that are just like a patch? Interesting. I guess I don't know the cycle. I just want Graves to not be permabanned every game. Like, nerf the champ to shit so I can just play him. He's the most abused character in the game right now. In the jungle. He's very contested. Very, very contested. Actually, no, I'm gonna play League again. Nope. Maybe tomorrow. I'll keep saying maybe because I don't know when. I don't know when I want to do it yet. I'm gonna do a bit of this, and then I'm gonna do some... One sec. Yeah, probably not today, though. One sec. All right. I mean, I kind of am, but that's not it. We've just played too much Dying Light lately. We'll get back to it. Again, it's a good time to pause. Do 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 do. It's good to mix it up. You gotta keep yourself excited with different things. So we'll get back to it. Just not right now. Suck. Alrighty. Alrighty. Jesus Christ, this is so spindly. Mm. Oh, oh, no, no. Give me something different. Where is Guar? Let's do Guar. Biceps low, sir. We are chilling. Today's what, Wednesday? Middle of the week? Middle of the week chilling. Toxic hello, sir. Well, you can, but I don't know if I can answer it. Go for it. Google is probably better. Well, I can answer that. Yeah, we do. But we also have cartons. Bag milk is cheaper than cartons. But you can get either. Like the price of 3. Oh, today's Thursday? Is it really? Really? I thought it was Wednesday. Whoops. My bad. But yeah, if you want to get bags of milk, it is the cheapest, and there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It is just as good, and you get to get 3 of them instead of 1. That is the difference. You get more for less, because the carton is what costs the most money. I doubt it's even the milk. It is lovely, though. It is very lovely. Pretty sure it's only milk, though, actually, come to think of it. Like, if you want juice and all that stuff, you can also get that in cartons. Or jugs. Like, they're not going to sell you juice in a bag. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, Winter, hello, sir. Sorry, I'm like really slow right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with these. These are like very interesting. The old Erebor stuff, very, very spindly. Yeah, I was just saying, hey, that's it. It's all good, brother. Saul Goodman. Where is the putty?
Shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off!
That's so fucking loud. Yo, Winter, thank you, sir. That is so loud. I need to change that right now. I'm getting like... You think you're getting jump scared? I'm getting tinnitus and jump scared and a heart attack. No more ads. That is true. That's a lovely thing. Sorry, let me, I don't know why that's so loud, but that is, like, atrocious. There we go. Font size... Sound volume 57%. Fuck that. Suck. That is like way too loud. Try 15%. Let me see this.
Shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off!
That's kind of better.
This is a subscription test.
Ah, it's a little bit better, sure. No, it's way good now. It's been molding here for a bit. It's back to normal. It has been molding here. It's lovely. Do-do-do, do-do-do. I think it was just the detergent, man. I think that's literally all it was. Super fucking itchy. I don't know. I took a shower this morning, so... You know, moving on up in the world, I should say. Moving on up in the world. It was a game in which you decided to get dwarves or not? What? What? You want a League game and you're now spending money on Warhammer? Is that what it was? That's always a good thing, I guess. Depression and happiness. They do go hand in hand, it seems. I don't even know what that is. I have no clue what that is. That's loud! 1 sec, sir. I don't even know what Ashes of Creation is, man. I have no clue what that is. Yo, Velgen, thank you, sir. 5 gifted subs. Thank you, buddy. Yes, you are this month's Hearth and Hobbyer. And last month's. And the month before that. Thank you, sir. Mochi shall feast. He shall eat with all of the sub money. Thank you, sir. What is Ashes of Creation? I don't know what that is. Is it like their game or something? Is it a game that Riot put out? Because why would Riot want to buy studios? It's another failed MMO. Well, Riot's already got an MMO, so I don't really know what the fuck they're doing with that, but yeah. They don't need to meddle with anyone else. They need to do their own thing. MMOs are great, but they're very hard to make work, especially when everyone's already playing the other ones that are better and have more traction. I wouldn't say better because you don't know which one's going to be good or not, but you know, it's hard to take off with big, expansive games. You're hoping that other communities kind of like jump over to yours. It's like, do you like MMOs? Are you tired of playing all the other good ones? Try ours. It's like, all right. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't. I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't think the League MMO is going to fail, though. That thing is just way too rooted in a mythos and an audience to really fail. I don't think it will. Not to mention you've got Arcane as well, so it's like GG. Joining forces. Well, they've already got the talent. I don't know if they need to. I will be waiting. I will be waiting. Skaven Skulls. Post him in the Discord. Kids want that tung Sahar. Tung Sahar. Kids have never played League of Legends. Only miserable, mentally ill adults. No kids play League, dude. League has never really been a children's game. It's just everyone acts like a child. There's a big difference. Maybe if they had like a battle royale, they had a more simplified version. But like it really hit it with the kids, and it's like, this is kind of like Fortnite, but with League. That could have maybe been something, but yeah, League is just more of a... League is not really a kid's game. Mochi! Mochi! What are you barking about? Stinky. Well, it's probably just laws. Well, back in the day, maybe. But these days, no kids really play League. I doubt it. League is what? Over 10 to 15 years old at this point, I think? Something like that. 17? Yeah. I started season 3. What season are we on right now? Yeah, I'll take a look. Yeah, there's certain laws within countries. It's kind of weird, though. I mean, League is a T-rated game. So whatever abides by T rating is kind of what you have to go with. Whatever that bullshit is. Well, I think with the whole Fortnite thing is they ended up laying off a bunch of artists, and then they released, like, the AI-generated characters. Which is so weird.
All I will say is we are slowly approaching 2030, which Mark said they do intend of finishing the game before that. I'm gonna take a big whiff of hopium and say either this year or the next one we are getting first info of the MMO.
I believe it. Once they're done with all the League seasons of, like, the regions, they'll start the MMO stuff, like, publicly. And yes, people love Tung Tung Sahar. Like, children or adults, ironically. Yeah. I mean, it literally made it into Fortnite. And you've got, like, 6, 7 emotes and all this other shit, and it's like, alright. You'd think it was a joke, but, like, it's just not. It's so bizarre. It's so strange. Tung Tung Sahar. It's weird, man. The shit that people are picking up on, all this AI stuff. I mean, even the fucking White House has, like, lo-fi AI beats. It's like a literal shit, like, AI video of them handing out, like tax cuts and all these different things, and it's like AI Trump. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, okay. Yeah, I've seen that. It's so weird, man. That stuff is just crazy weird. Yeah, those look good, dude. Those look good. It's very, very strange. But, you know, live and let live, I guess. Beautiful video. Loved it. Left a like for you. Can't wait to see more, babe. Sweet image. Everyone's like a robot. It's so weird. I remember there was I remember there was a post somewhere. It was really weird. It almost felt like engagement bait, which I guess most things are on Twitter, but like there was a bunch of people with blue check marks in the comments who were basically just repeating what the actual post was. I'm like, what is this? What is this? That was crazy that they said that. They got in a lot of trouble for this. And I'm like, what? Or something? It's like engagement bait, bro. Yeah, I saw the trailer. They've got like the CG powerbomb geef. Yeah, it was interesting. It looked good. I'll be watching it when it comes out. Apparently one of them used a fake Bible verse Quentin Tarantino cooked up for Pulp Fiction. It's really just it's weird, bro. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels so dystopic. It's very, very dystopic. Babylon, hello, sir. Like, it's, I don't know. Do your thing. But those posts are so weird. Those posts are so weird. Who's liking this post? AI, man. AI, it's funky as fuck. It's so funky. What am I looking at? What are people liking? People are getting duped by AI, man. Like, I've seen people put, like, AI art on their walls. Like, God forbid. Oh, my lord. Like, I bought this. It's like, did you really? Because they didn't. They didn't make anything. They didn't put a dime into it. Strange. %70 of the stuff was AI generated. That's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. The fact that it's being sold is like even infinitely worse. That's the worst part. Like, if you want to go sit in your room and generate stuff, no one's going to stop you. But the fact that it's being sold and then probably lied about as being original art is even fucking worse. Or you've got big companies making, I think there was, what's that game? Marvel Rivals? Who's the chick? She has like black in her name. Is it Black Widow or something? I think it might be Black Widow. Black Cat. Anyways, they came out with emotes for her for like the game, but they're AI generated. It's so ugly. It's like, what?
You say AI is brain rot, but stuff like Skibidi Toilet, it's man-made, so it doesn't reside in I but in us.
Yeah, but at least it's man-made. At least there was some thought behind it instead of like just generative stuff that you're just selling. I'd take 5,000 Skibbity toilets over fucking Tung Tung Sahar. At least I know some like freak show child made it. Or some like 30-year-old Twitter guy. Whoever made that stuff, I don't know, bro. I don't know. The Tung Tung Sahar. Freak show adult. Well, if it's the weirdest thing is that sometimes it's not made ironically. That's when it gets weird. You'd really think a lot of these things are made with some sort of irony involved, but sometimes they're not. And it's whatever. Live and let live, but, you know. Live and let live, but, you know, when you go to the local Walmart, when you go to the local Walmarts, you can find, like, Skibbity toilet mystery boxes. I don't know if you've seen those, but they have, like, it's a toilet that you open, and you're supposed to get a bunch of, like, random loot. It's an overpriced mystery box for, like, children. But you get a bunch of, like, garbage. Let's see Tung Tung Sahar do that. Let's see him in Walmart. Good luck. Failed here in Germany in 2006. Oh, we still have it here. I guess it's more popular here. Pretty sure you could walk into any Walmart. Well, technically, toys these days suck anyways. I don't want to keep sounding negative, but they just do. Between all the AI and gaming and stuff, toys are just kind of, like, gone. And if there are toys, they'll be based on something like Skibbity Toilet. I think some things are getting shitty, but it's more of just being an adult. Some things are great, but certain things are just kind of weird. It's always the matter of, like, when you're around in your golden years, being young, you have, like, all these great memories and fun times. You'll always think back to those times as just being the best. Even though you can have a lot of great things in today's times. Like, nostalgia is a bitch that is hard to shake. It, like, overrides everything in your brain. The nostalgia. Things were advertised through cartoons and no one watches TV anymore. Well, it's like advertisers, why would you ever put your ads on TV? If you want to put your ads anywhere, put them on, like, Twitch, put them on YouTube. Put them on places that kids or whoever actually, like, goes to. I'm surprised you even see advertising on TV anymore anyways, but not everyone's switched. Yeah, a lot of people still watch TV, exactly. They still do. But for the younger generation, maybe not as much, right? The older folks watch TV. Like 100%. My mom still watches TV. My grandparents, well, my grandfather still does. Mochi.
Mochi, baby. Hello. Hi, Mochi.
Mochi, you're so cute. Mochi might be AI. I can't believe what I'm witnessing sometimes. Well, I would say most younger folks are kind of out of the TV game. Not all of them, obviously, because the world is so big, but most younger people most definitely don't really want to watch TV. Knowing that half of them have like iPads and PCs or whatever it may be. But again, maybe they still do. It's not a guarantee. There's no like, this is what everyone does and that's the ultimatum. Or not the ultimatum, but that's like the end all be all, you know? Also depends on where you live, because maybe in certain countries it's a little bit more prevalent to watch TV because it's still readily a big thing. I recently found a random guy who doesn't know what Reddit is. He is from a village in 30. Well, if you're from a village, yeah, I'm surprised that he probably doesn't know more than just Reddit. There'd be a lot of things I'm sure people don't really know of. Like, the internet is a very big place with a lot of things going on, but not everyone has access to the internet. Maybe for the better. I think you want to expose less people to the internet, specifically Twitter as well. Mustang GT. The Mustang GT. Reddit's actually quite nice. Now, you've always got your typical, you know, Twitter user, Reddit user, whatever, right? But like, not entirely. There's stereotypes for everything, but like, depending on where you go on Reddit, you're usually fine. Usually. I just hit up Warhammer Reddits. That's really all I do these days. Which are usually chill, crazily enough. It's like Facebook as well. It just depends on what circle you're in. The Helldiver community. I've never been there. Those guys are pretty hardcore, though. They really love that game. I have never played a Helldivers, but I do know of the culture. Which in itself, again, may be a stereotype. I'm not sure. Freedom. Patriotism. You don't know what happened to that one guy? I don't. No. The trending page and the algorithm. Political stuff. Pretty much everywhere. Well, Twitter has a problem because there is no fucking, like... There's no, like, moderation. You have so many accounts scamming and baiting and just doing so much dumb shit where it's like, why am I even on this website? Like, I would rather not click any fucking post at this point. Obviously don't click things on Twitter. Like, from just random people usually, but, you know. They just don't seem to moderate, like, anything. It's a fucking war zone. I mean, even with, I guess it's mostly on Twitter. I don't think I ever see, like, Facebook bots. Twitter bots are everywhere. That's a bit different. Yeah, it's very weird. Very, very strange times on Twitter. There isn't. If the world played Red Dead 2, Twitter would be a better place, for sure. Twitter would be more lively. And all the AI posting. I don't see anything on Facebook that places a ghost town. Facebook's pretty good. I still like it. Facebook's still my favorite platform, I'd say. It's chill. Some guy wrote a text about a level or something being so hard on Reddit, so they doxed him and ruined his life. That does sound like terminally online people. People are weird, man. People are so fucking weird. It's like that Babadook scene. Why can't you be normal? Be normal! They'll never be normal. The best thing to do about anything online is just not engage with it. Problem solved. The shit ain't even real half the time. And how do you deal with fake stuff? You just don't engage with it. There's hobby pages everywhere. Yeah, yeah. Every site's got hobby pages. Absolutely. I don't know. Is there even a dislike button anymore anywhere? I feel like there isn't, no? I think for YouTube as well, the dislike button is more of like an add-on. But I've never disliked a video ever. I'm not really that person. I don't care. Just, you know, like, that was a video. All right. Anyways. Yeah, I don't think dislike buttons are really a thing anymore. If I'm not mistaken. It's for the algorithm. Oh, is it really? I guess when people see more dislikes, they tend to, like, keep stacking them on. That's usually the case. Yes, exactly. The dislike button is closing the window. Literally. Yeah, true. Maybe you thoroughly dislike the video and the person, and you're like, I need to dislike this. And leave a very hateful comment. They're a serial hater. They show up to your videos only to dislike. It is my life's mission to make sure you're hated. I quit my day job to be a hater. You will be hated. Is it a based move? I'd be scared of that person. Whatever happened to that trench coat wearing flip-flop guy in front of that house? Who's now like a meme? He got arrested, right? Those are the people you're fucking with. Open the fucking door. Like last week's nonsense. Art, hello, sir. Yo, yo. I had people do life goal to make me hated. People are weird, man. You just move on. I don't dwell on nonsense. If I don't like something, I move the fuck on. I'm not really interested. And again, if it's the internet, just close the window. Just go away. Close the window. No stress, don't care. Goodbye. Very strange place. We all just want to be happy and unbothered. Well, I mean, people are losers online, though, bro. Women actually do have it the worst online. People are, like, terminally disgusting. Like, just losers towards a lot of women. Like, I remember Ivana was playing Valorant, and she spoke, and then everyone's, like, immediately just, like, misogynistic. And I know it's, like, an internet thing with a lot of these younger kids. They're just, like, loudmouth idiots, but, like, it's more of a tiresome thing than anything. It's like, why don't you just be normal for 2 seconds? You know what I mean? It's so strange. Yeah. Well, I don't know, bro. They're weird. People are just so strange. Well, I feel like that's every Valorant thing. It's any game ever. People are like uber bozo level. Oh, it's every game. Yeah, it's every game. It's weird, man. Again, just mute. Just mute. Move on. But it can be sometimes tiring.
Mochi! Mochi, baby. Hello, baby. Whatever.
No! Demon is free. The demon walks among us. Well, everyone's a sore loser sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I used to be a bit of a sore loser. No, I just don't care. But it just depends. It depends on how serious you want to take things in games. The older you get, the less you should care. You got other fish to fry. Fish to fry. I've got bigger fish to fry. Brucey, you? The objective of a game is to have fun. The objective of life is to enjoy yourself. If you're not, stop doing what you're doing. Unless it's a job. Then maybe think that through and then stop what you're doing. Or if it's taxes. Those suck. Life is so unfair.
Also wanted to ask, when you play the God of War franchise, what do you think of watching a decently short resumes of Greek mythology to see how they adapted it to the games and later on Norse mythology too?
Well, that would be after we beat the games. That wouldn't be before, that'd be after, right? That'd be cool. I'm sure there's a lot of great video essays out there on certain things. Mythology is very interesting. I'm always intrigued by all the weird stories and creatures and folk tales that are out there. It's very cool. Yeah, you're good, man. Good luck, sir. Enjoy the Counter-Strike. You are good, buddy. Boom, 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 boom. Tired. I am so tired. Well, the first games being set around Greek mythology, it only makes sense that, like, you'd kind of want that continuity. You got to keep it at least somewhat faithful, if not entirely faithful, to, like, the mythos of God of War. So if they do anything else, it'll most likely still be a take on it, but, like, faithful. Wukong was cool for that as well. They had like the whole Chinese mythology thing going on. That was fun. That was a very, very well-made game, actually. Wukong was like nuts. Yeah, Wukong is like really well done. Wasn't it the studio's first game? And it was out of like China somewhere? It's really good. It was very, very good. Excuse me. Excuse me. If you're talking about the game, I don't want to know anything about the game. Oh. It's not in the game. Oh. That's the mythology. The story of Loki trying to scam the dwarves, making a 2v2 crafting competition. My favorite one, so he can replace the golden hair he stole from Sif, Thor's wife. The origin story of... You know what's so interesting about mythos? The mythology of different things? Is it's like as valid as just like making up Warhammer lore. Unironically. Let me just write all this shit. Oh. Obviously everything's ripped on mythology in some way, but like... It's all the same idea. It's all like really cool stories. And characters and places and I guess back in the day, meanings for some certain things in life, like how this formed and how that was. Yeah, but it's all very what's the word? It's like if you unironically just had Warhammer Fantasy back in the day, we'd probably be referencing it as much as people would with, like, the old sagas and everything. It's not Beowulf, it's Gotrek. It's like, well, all right. I was only aware of Journey of the West because of Wukong. Before that, I didn't even know. It's pretty interesting. Best crafted thing ever, and Dwarf Brothers apologizing because they made something that they considered flawed for the mistake that they made while crafting it. Why do I feel like, well, that's, I don't know. Is anyone happy with what they make in anything? Oh, it could be better. It could always be better. When is enough enough? When are you happy with anything? Oh. The handle came out a bit short. Which handle? Which one? Sea Roar, hello, sir. I bought my first Warhammer minis. I am so cooked. What'd you end up getting? Whatever you do, don't buy... Oh, Thor's hammer, gotcha. They made the gauntlet for him to wield it. Wouldn't it just be dwarf-sized? Maybe they just got it wrong that way. It's like, you have to make a hammer for me. All right, we'll do it. But they forgot to make it for him. Because it shifts sizes. The rune. Technically, that's just rune magic anyways. It's just bullshit. That's cool. It just changes. Well, where do you think a lot of those weapons are even, like, from? Where do you... They literally have Thor's hammer in Demon Slayer. I don't know if you've read Demon Slayer, but it's in Demon Slayer. It's just there. Fuck, even Grombrindle. Well, Snorri. Snorri being able to fucking throw that thing around. Pretty interesting. Although it's not a hammer at the time. I got gifted a starter set of Ultramarines and I bought a captain for them. We'll go Necrons. World Eaters. That's cool. Go for it, man. Most people will start out with Ultramarines, or just like basic Space Marines of some kind, and then kind of like go from there. That's always fun. 4'9". A little bit taller. Warhammer is an endless loop of depression, self-doubt, time consumption, and it's the best thing ever. What is your favorite weapon? Something you always say is cool. M418 pulse rifle. Aliens pulse rifle. Probably my favorite weapon. It's just too iconic. The Aliens pulse rifle. That thing is sick. Smart gun, flamethrower, whatever those are. They've all got designations, but the pulse rifle for me is like probably my favorite. How are the dwarves going? Next week my Necrons will arrive. They're good. I'm just mucking about with different things at this point. I've got a few projects to work on. Did you, where did you order them from? Did you get them from, like, GW? GW shipping isn't so bad, actually. Obviously, if you get them from anywhere else, it'll be cheaper, but GW has, like, lifetime guarantee. Spank closer. Online store, one car drive away from me that offers 25% off. Yeah, yeah. All the hobby stores will have discounts. That's like the little agreement they sign with GW. That is cool, sir. Picking it up in person is always a good idea. I've seen postal services destroy packages like no other, especially Warhammer. Yeah, well, you start wherever, right? Like you've got a million options when it comes to Warhammer. You're not really strapped for like ideas. Time and money and effort, that's a different story. But ideas and the wants of this hobby, yeah, that's a completely different thing. We all want something. It's just one thing at a time. One thing at a time, sir. They probably will. I mean, it's an MMO. It's in universe. They probably will. Combat Patrol. Combat Patrols, you get quite a few things. You should be able to work on that for a while. Especially if you're going to magnetize things, which takes even longer, but it's like probably worth it. If you want to be that guy. You don't have to, but... I'm just leaving the album on, yeah. It's a good album. I just asked the store if they can get some stuff from the GW, and they just order it with the rest of the stuff, and I don't even pay shipping. I believe so, yes. Something to do with that. I don't know if stores pay shipping. That's a question. I don't think they do. I'm not sure how that works. Yeah, these are Grimhammers. This is Erebor. The Grimhammers. Good old Erebor. The Lonely Mountain. Where everyone just dies. They're all dead! No, the MMO wasn't canceled. That's still coming out. The Line of Durin. The Line of Durin. Friend plays Admech, and he has to suffer looking at the prices for 120 points. They're very low point costed units. It's one of the most like expensive armies in 40k apparently. I feel like everything is kind of cheap in 40k to be honest. Eyeballing 100 points of Hearthguard just doesn't feel right. I don't know. In fantasy, having the equivalent is like a fucking massive chunk of your army. And fantasy usually has a ton of minis. That's how they get you. You want to play a 2,000 point game? Give me $2,000 right now. And that's just the army. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, in a way, though, it's like, it's fun to play with more minis, but, like, there's so much work that goes into that, it's pretty nuts. It's like, who doesn't want to run more minis on the tabletop? But at the same time, it's like, who wants to make all those again? Well, not that you don't want to. I mean, making minis is fun, but, like, the money, the time... like, justified in buying more because they just dropped the points cost. I don't like, yeah, the whole idea behind free war gear was always weird to me. I don't know if I like that. I'm sure for the sake of just building an army, cool, but like in terms of theory crafting and like, okay, I need these units for this for this, you know, having all your bases covered, it's like, eh. It was always cool to kind of invest those points and feel like you were bringing something special, but it's simple. I mean, it wouldn't matter if the prices weren't so high. Well, the price is always the problem when it comes to Warhammer, right? If you want to field an army, you're going to have to put down some serious money. But it's something that you'll take with you. Monopoly. They own the miniature market. They make a lot of money. The prices, I would say, the biggest thing about Warhammer, I can find a way to justify the price of miniatures only if you did everything like an absolute freak show. Every mold line scraped, every single thing magnetized, every gap filled, every single thing painted with edge highlights, heavy metal style. I think if you pushed every kit to their limits and you really put like hours and hours and hours and days and months into a kit, it probably would be worth the money. But that's such an unrealistic thing to even say that, like, no one's gonna do that. You know, that's like the only thing I can think of that would ever justify Games Workshop pricing. It's like if you spend $100 on an infantry squad and that $100 lasts you like more than a month, that's probably a decent return on what you've paid, technically. Maybe not in a game sense, but in more of like an entertainment sense. But you could be happy with not doing all that stuff and still find it worthwhile, so. Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't play the game. The game is a big aspect of Warhammer these days, though. I find that if you get into Warhammer, you're probably going to want to play the game just because why would you... You know, a lot of the scale modelers and guys who do dioramas and things, you know, those are great to sit on your shelf, but the fact that it not only sits on your shelf, but it's also a gaming piece is, like, extra special. That's what makes it, I would say, as a miniature range, one of the more interesting things. Because everything has worth beyond just shelf space, right? That's cool. People do, yeah. Maybe not here, but people do. Ooh. Dollar to enjoyment, as an example, if we break down something like a movie, it's simply, to just simplify it, say you watched a movie that it was an hour long and it cost you $10, that's $10 of entertainment an hour, yeah. Same value as like, okay, if you had, you know what's weird though? Enjoyment, 8 hours of enjoyment for a box of Warhammer, that's not even like the mold lines being done. That's 8 hours of like, not only stealing your money, but stealing your happiness. It's not the case always, but like, yeah, I know what you mean. That's how I view it too, honestly. That's the only copium way of justifying GW prices. To me, that's how I view it. I still think it's too much money, but depending on what you put into it is what you get out of it. You know, maybe you just don't care about hobbying and you just want to play the game, and so you'll build things and like it takes you 10 minutes, but you still love it all the time. That's cool. Like, that's fun.
Shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off!
I got a game I got like 1,000 plus hours in for about $10.
Yeah, that's perfect. There you go. Even better. Hubert, thank you, man. Hello, sir. Yeah, everyone's enjoyment's different. Exactly. Exactly. I would say if I spent $50 on a box of minis and it took me a month, that is way worth the value. If I spent $100 on a box of minis and it took me a month, I'd still say that's way worth the value. Still very expensive, but like it's more of an artistic endeavor. Artistic endeavors usually take a little bit longer. They're just more involved. I see myself hitting 1,000 on Winrose. I heard the ship combat was cool. Gunpowder being 30 euros for a build that takes you 2 weeks fully. It is worth it. Yeah, in my opinion, it is. Yeah, I agree. I don't like this song. Change this song. What is that emote? You're subscribed to Low Tier God? What is that? What is his face? No way. I like it. It's gifted. I mean, do whatever you want, man. It's fine. What is this? I'm on Spotify and I scroll down past all the music I've been listening to. It says episodes you may like. Lovecraft. How to Survive the Siberian Gulags. And then She Deserves a Life Sentence, Asmongold. Asmongold reacts to the Courtney Clenny murder trial. All right. That's okay. They really put everything on Spotify. I don't think I've ever listened to a podcast on Spotify ever. It's interesting that they're on here, but I don't think I've listened to one of them. Well, it's, yeah, I'm not sure. People like them, though. I can't really comment on content. Everyone likes their own content, but yeah. The Siberian Gulag. Oh, are they on Spotify? That's interesting. I didn't know Warhammer folk were on Spotify. Technically, anyone can be on Spotify, though, no? You just upload? $40K Lorecast. Is that on Spotify? Who the fuck would watch content creators on Spotify? I mean, it's a podcast, bro. What do you think this shit is? This shit is a podcast. No one's looking at me clean a Grimhammer from Lord of the Rings. It's more of a, this is just voice, right? And you technically don't really watch them either, right? It's very much just, it's just background noise, you know? Everyone needs a bit of background noise. Second monitor content, pretty much. I listen to this while doing my assignments. There you go, same thing. It just depends on what you enjoy. Well, you don't watch it, you listen to it. There's no, I think there's videos. Yeah, I know Pollution Paints, yeah. I don't know if he still streams. I'm not sure. That guy was really good at painting dwarves. He loved dwarves. Yeah, his stuff was awesome. Dwarves are lovely. Stop reminding me of fantasy dwarves. Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, I don't really know many people in the sphere, but usually I would assume if it's more of like a hobby, they're probably busy with life, most likely. I think that would make sense, because like it's for the sake of streaming any sort of like Warhammer, you know, little niche for fun hobby thing, it's just really if you have free time. It's incredibly annoying. I wouldn't say annoying. I'd say it's incredibly hard to kind of like make this a gig. Boxer Pete. I remember that guy. That's a Trinimir guy. Me do remember. Donkey. Well, he still makes stuff. Rainsden, he still does stuff. I don't know if he streams, but there's no reason he wouldn't still do YouTube. Yeah. Lee is the devil. It's the devil. Demon. Please, my ears. My ears. Let's put on something different. Noise. Is noise. It's French noise. French alien noise. No, 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 no. $5:00. Fuck, I'm getting hungry, man. Hungry man. I'm in Canada. East Coast. Mochi's good. Mochi!
Mochi. Mochi.
Where is he? Mochi! I think he's with Mama. He's usually at the gate near me. He's with Mama. Nova Scotia. 6 p.m.? Yeah, you're an hour ahead of me. He's with Mama. He's with the baby. Well, she's with the baby. No, dude. I wish it was 10 p.m. I wish today was over, because I really want to see that movie tomorrow. Today needs to go away, tomorrow needs to come, and I need to go see that movie. The new Mummy movie lands tomorrow in theaters, and it's not that I'm, like, so anticipated, and I'm like, man, I really gotta see this film, but I've been wanting to see a horror movie in theaters for a little bit. I hope it's scary and not just, like, your usual horror flick that we've kind of been getting for a while. If you go to a movie, you got to buy the popcorn. Don't buy the drinks, buy the popcorn. The drinks are the waste of money. The popcorn's still like $10 a bag, but it's basically lunch, so whatever, it's fine. And you get free refill. The drinks are a scam, way more than the popcorn. They charge like $5 for a bottle of like Aquafina. So not only are you drinking like cleansed toilet water, but you're also spending $5 on Aquafina. $9 a.m. You want it to be 9 a.m.? Yes, anything but today is ideal. War Machine starring Alan Rickman. I don't think I've seen it. It's good to go into movies unprepared. And games and media and anything else. It is certainly worth doing. If you can ever avoid trailers or anything, I mean, you do have to have a lot of faith, but maybe it's a bit more fun. These are more proportional. These are more proportional dwarves. The entire Lord of the Rings range was kind of done to be akin to, like, the actors, the films, actual heights and different things. I read nothing on it, didn't let little teaser thing run, and I didn't read the description, said it was new on there, and Alan Rickman is a good actor, so I was like, fuck it, and just threw it on. You can be surprised. There's a lot of good movies out there on streaming services. When I'm not streaming, I'm sometimes flicking through, like, Amazon Video, but committing to something doesn't always happen. I haven't seen the new Mario movie, no. I don't think I'll go see that. I don't think I really want to. Do they still have Chris Pratt as Mario? Goombas. These Goombas. This toothbrush is very old. There's like mold growing in the bristles. Super mold. Lately in the theaters, the last one I watched was Ready or Not 2, and that wasn't very good. It was alright, but it wasn't really anything to write home about, but it was fine. Zahi, hello, sir. I feel like, I don't know, man, most movies in theaters these days just don't do it for me. Maybe I'm not seeing the right ones. Certainly with that, it probably wasn't, like, the best thing. But I'm sure they've got some good films out there. Or soon to be coming out. Technically, they've got the new Mandalorian movie, which is kind of cool. That's kind of a no-brainer. That'll be cool. I heard it was alright, yeah. A 3-hour-long movie, right? Yeah. Movies are fun. It's a good little outing. You know, you get to break out of reality for a little bit and just kind of watch something enjoyable, or hopefully enjoyable, I should say. It's not always that fun.
Mochi!
Where is he?
Mochi!
What is he doing? Oh, look at him. I can't see him. The vacuum's in the way. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Mochi!
He's so cute. Oh, he's so happy. Why is he so happy? Look at oh! He likes that cushion. Yeah, he like sits on it. He fucking stole my pillow. He just sits on the damn thing. One sec. Alright, hang on. Alright. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Florida. I used to vacation in Florida. Wasn't a choice, but that's where the family would want to go. Fly down to Florida and eat seafood. That was a thing. Bum, bum. Vice City, Hawaii? No, I've never been to Hawaii. Only the U.S. The U.S. and then back. That's really just it. I guess Hawaii's in the U.S. technically, right? Not in, but is Hawaii owned by the U.S.? Do they have Hawaii? Is that still part of the United States? I guess it is, yeah.
Mochi.
The fuck? Crazy beast. He's going crazy. He is going crazy. Mochi, it's okay. Boom. Oh, mama. Whoops. Mochi eats, yeah, he likes whatever. He's a dog. You have to save dogs from themselves. They will eat everything. He likes his fruits. Prefers the meat, but you know.
Mochi.
What's he doing? He's defiling his plushie. He's defiling the plushie. The frog plushie. Good God. These guys take a while to clean. Holy moly. I'm getting my money's worth. Only 50 more to go. Tomorrow my Necrons arrive. Yes, sir. Be building them. Be building! Is it just the combat patrol, you said? This is GW stuff. These are the Grim Hammers from Lord of the Rings. Or I should say The Hobbit, but yeah. The Combat Patrol, I'll get it for my birthday or next month. Oh, gotcha. So what are you getting tomorrow then? Warriors? Necron Warriors or something? Yes, sir. Enjoy them. You need the bits box. You need to get yourself a little bits box for those guys, I'm sure. I need to organize a lot of my shit. What a bloody mess. What a bloody mess. The far future. Amazon. Go on Amazon and get yourself a little cheapo bead organizer. That's all you need. Neck. Little bead organizer is all you need, sir. That's it. That's all you need. And then you put a sticker on it, you say Necrons. And now you've got the Necron bit box, where every time you chop up a box, you put the bits in the box and you're good to go. It's always worth having a bits box, though. Like, you just end up with so much extra shit. Sprues are such a nightmare these days. Bits box. Bead organizer. Go on Amazon and type in bead storage or bead organizer. Bead organizer. Yeah, literally a bead organizer. Anything with a top-loading latch is really good. And you're good to go. You are set with that. It's better to break down your sprues if you can. Sprues are such a waste of space. Even better if you can bring them in and, like, recycle them, but yeah. I know everyone stares at boxes of shame. Everyone in this hobby will get a box of shame eventually. Not even a box of shame. You could do it that way. Technically, you'd melt it down in the sprue goo. Sometimes GWs have them. If you want to go bring your sprues to them, otherwise I'm sure you can just kind of like get rid of it. Shadow Sun. Yeah. Well, you can always get more paint, right? You can always get more paint. Painting minis can be very daunting. Finishing things takes a very, very long time sometimes. Tons of time. And then you're like, man, I don't like it. And then you repaint it. And you're like, man, I don't like it. And then you repaint it. And then you're like, it's good. It's finally good. This hobby is one big bout of willpower. Lots of work, lots of doing. Flum, hello, sir. We're good. How are you doing, bro? We are good here. Mochi is very quiet for some reason. I don't know why. He's normally a demon. El Diablo! Oh, El Diablo. He's a demon. I got back from a fishing trip a few days ago. Rest of the week off work. That's lovely. Fishing and no work is lovely, bro. Things are good. We're still just chilling. I would like to go fishing. Shit. Fishing is fun. I used to go fishing with my uncles. Now I don't, but it was fun when it was happening. Gotta see something. Oh. Slovakia for a week. Trout fishing. Slovakia. I have never been to Slovakia. It does sound fun, though, to go traveling and fish and do a few things. That is cool. We all love Europe here. Well, you guys are all probably from Europe, right? Mostly? I'm assuming most of you are. This is usually a European stream. Should take a look at this. Where was kind of rare where I am. Good old times in Canada was colony of the mighty Brits. The Balkan wallet. Well, you never know where you find things. You know, you never know where you'll find people doing hobbies, and people make it work in like all sorts of places. Even in Australia, which is one of the most egregious places for this hobby. People do make it work. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that's why you need hobby stores. Hobby stores will always have a cheaper product, even though it's the same product. But yeah, I'm not sure how you do that. Yes, sir. Been a while. Well, you just support what you like. I don't really care for the company. I just like the minis. I like the lore. I like the minis. I'm not like gobbling down CEO balls. There's a lot of different companies out there, though, doing different minis. Tons of them. There's a lot of lovely things out there to get into. The charge! The 1 FPS charge. The 1 FPS dwarf longbeard death charge. We had to lower the FPS of that by like 1,000. It's so shit. It's so bad. It's so garbage. It's funny. Pretty much. If he lives. He's probably dead. The file size, it was too big, yeah. It was like 60 FPS and the file size was like the size of 20 emotes. It was pretty funky. New emotes soon. I think we have slots. I got to talk to Ivana. I'm inclined to just make Mochi a fucking dwarf and put him on. Like, unironically. Mochi emote with a beard. I don't know. It's something like that. Something really stupid. Something really, really stupid. He did. Dude, he's everywhere. I love him. I love that dog. And you have to too. Parasocially. As an emote on Twitch. You need to love Mochi. Love my dog. You have to love my dog. Right now. How dare you not enjoy someone else's dog? What's wrong with you? That is true. My two big, beautiful brown eyes. There may even be a third one after hour. No, this is a clip. This is literally just a clip. I don't know where else to put it. I've tried putting it, like, in my hat and everything. It just doesn't work. It's easier on the chin. It's very, very easy to have it, like, right here. And that way I can be anywhere and you can still hear me. Not that we have a lot to say, but, like, you know. That would be terrible. I hate that shit. Ivana sometimes squeezes my nose and I'm like, what is wrong with you? It's so uncomfortable. Is the next one what we think it is? It's not. Harambe the Pirate Gorilla, 1.6 million listens. Oh my god. True. True. Harambe the Pirate Gorilla. 1.6 million. They don't care. They don't care. I would love another album, but it's not going to happen. And if anything, not anytime soon. Pirate Gorilla. Harambe. Whatever happened to, what was that other baby gorilla thing? That little monkey? Spank? What was his name? Ted? Nah, they're just, I think it was more of like a fun gig. I'm not really sure if it was like a real thing. What was that little monkey's name? Punch. Punch the monkey. Well, not literally, but like, that was his name. It was the baby monkey who had like the IKEA stuffed toy. Punch the monkey. It just sounds horrible. Like, don't hurt the thing. It was a phenomena. That was it takes 1 hour to clean each Grimhammer. That's a little bit demonic, not gonna lie. Sounds reasonable. These are so small, though, and they're 2 pieces. That's the crazy thing. Bug. Maybe that's why. Well, this is Lord of the Rings. These are, they're effectively just like elite warriors of Erebor. That's really all they are. Like elite dwarf warriors. They're the vanguard. But Smaug doesn't care, so it's fine. The Lord of the Rings range is pretty tiny. Most of what that game hinges on is all the characters. So, like, most of your army is just going to be, like, a few heroes and then a couple of units. Heroes are, like, 100, a little under 100 to, I don't know, 200 points, probably, in most cases. Yeah. Well, Dwalin was from Erebor. Yeah. Technically, Dwalin is actually part of this army. You can take him as a young version with Thror, with Thrain, Balin, Thorin. Yeah. So you technically would take him in this army anyways. Because it's their people. They're a little bit smaller. Yeah, I don't know why. They had I think they had a larger system back in the day with like movement trays, but it's been a while. These days it's like anywhere from 500 to like 750, 900 points. Your heroes again are like anywhere from a little under 100 to like 200 points maybe. Some things are more. It just depends on what you're fielding. Balrog is expensive, dragons are expensive, but yeah, most of Lord of the Rings is basically Hero Hammer. You just got like these really strong kind of centerpiece minis. Looked whole armies in display to look at them while playing Battle for Middle Earth. You know what? I mean, I used to play Battle for Middle Earth. I love those games. This is just like the physical version of that game. Like in Battle for Middle Earth, your characters were so important. In this game, same deal. Like when you busted out Boromir with the Horn of Gondor, first hero out on the field, yikes. Yikes. So cheesy. Gondor was so cheesy in multiplayer. I played Dwarves, Moria, and Gondor. That was my shit. I miss that game. So fun. So much fun. Helm's Deep map with rushing behind the wall. That was, yeah. Because he had to spawn outside the fucking thing and you just kind of ran in and made your camp with your buddy. There's still a, yeah, there still is. Sure. They really don't. They really, really don't. Fucking slaughter bases. Oh my. Slaughter bases are so weird, man. I'm not used to these anymore. Most of the Lord of the Rings range is just all slotted, but interesting. You good old slaughter bases. Technically, you don't even need to use slaughter bases. You just chop their feet off, but like, yeah. Probably Erebor. Erebor army, Erebor. Makes sense, I think, right? Like they're kind of marching out to do the dirty. Or they're over at Moria, Eastgate, fighting Azog. Which I guess in the book, Dane kills Azog, and that's like Iron Hills, but Dane becomes like the king of Erebor. Yeah. I'd have to look, honestly. I've never, ever in my life, ever since I started working on the Votan, my brain has been, like, massively expanded. I don't know if that's, like, a medical condition or not, but, like, I've never wanted Iron Hills. I've never really wanted Erebor, but, like, I've been staring at so much of this stuff lately where it's, like, grown into my skull. So I'm not sure, but I probably will theme it around Erebor. There's no reason not to. Khazad-dûm will be gray, stony bases. Erebor would be Ores of Erebor, Flagstone, stuff like that. Iron Hills, I might just do something different. I'm not sure, but something along those lines. That would be very cool. Ask What a Workshop. What a Workshop has the Warhammer license. I'd love to see that. That'd be super dope. The number one thing I want to see is I want to see a Gotrek statue from Weta. That would be super fucking cool. Because they have the Warhammer license, and they're doing, like, Age of Sigmar. They're doing 40K. They haven't touched fantasy, and that's crazy. Because who the fuck wouldn't want fantasy? Like, your whole license is typically Lord of the Rings, right? Weta being the ones who made the props and everything for the movies. So, like, you'd probably know. Yeah, fantasy's great. Lord of the Rings is great, though, too. Like, the dwarves of Lord of the Rings are awesome. Same deal with fantasy. A once great kingdom brought low. They try to reclaim their homelands and die trying. Honorable people. Family is all. Yeah, it's this. It's Warhammer ripped it anyways. So like, you know, it's great. You could do something like that. I think I would just go for more of the classic Moria scheme, which is literally just like gravel, and it's just like two to three different grays. Yeah, it would be. I feel like they'd go with the Age of Sigmar Gotrek. I don't think they care about Felix enough to really want to go back and do it, even though Felix was like the carry of that series. Well, you know what's interesting? I was thinking about that recently too. But to be honest, there always is a comedic element to dwarves, and I do think The Hobbit did it very well. Not to mention, The Hobbit was meant to be like a children's book anyways, so as much as I want to say goofy in a way, it's, I don't know. They're serious when they need to be, and they're just dwarves when they don't need to be serious, I suppose. That's if that's a way of looking at it. There was a very interesting there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff for those movies. And the initial look of a lot of the characters was a little bit more dwarvish. And Peter Jackson had wanted to kind of bring out the actors a bit more to kind of portray their faces and make them a little bit more visually distinct. So beyond, I guess, the acting, you've got, you know, characters looking a little bit more like their actors instead of maybe like dwarves. Like Fili, Keely, Thorin, stuff like that. Well, they were there, though. I mean, technically, right outside the gates of Erebor in the deleted scenes, there's a lot of very grim shit. Like, you've got people being massacred. Like, dwarves being very serious and being very much torn apart. It's pretty violent, come to think of it. You've got, like, the giant troll flinging his flails around, like, absolutely crushing them to bits. You've got the big shield wall with the spears. Like, yeah, there is a comedic element to some of that stuff for sure. I mean, you've got Billy Connolly as, like, Ironfoot kind of headbutting everyone and yeah, give him the twirly whirlies. Yeah. But in a way, that's also just so dwarvish, right? Like, you look at them, and they're a very serious sort, but they're also just kind of humorous, you know, but in, like, a very serious, fun way. To them, they're not really joking, but it comes across as a bit, you know, fun. The Elf Fountain. I remember that one. Yeah, they were in Rivendell. They were bathing naked. I read the books. I'm more of a fantasy guy. I gotta go read the, I need to read Lord of the Rings, and I need to read The Hobbit. Fantasy stuff is different. I've read fantasy stuff. I think the biggest thing, I'll say this. As a diehard Warhammer Fantasy Dwarf fan, you need to kind of view the different aspects of dwarves from different universes in a completely different context, because they are not fantasy dwarves. As much as I would want to say fantasy dwarves are like peak dwarves, because they are, they're the best interpretation of them ever. It's good to kind of have those distinctions between the different, you know, IPs, the different representations of them. It's like the same thing with the Votan. It's like the Votan are very much dwarvish, but they don't look like dwarves because they're not dwarves. So it's, you got to view them all and kind of understand them all in their own little isolated chambers. And then you'll appreciate them more. And for the longest time, I never did that because I was such a hardhead where I'm like, yeah, nothing beats fantasy, which is true. It's true. But yeah, it is what it is. But you'll appreciate things more when you don't compare them, because they should never be compared. Which is fine. Beaufort. It's very well, they're most they're emotional scenes at the very end of the movie when they're around the Feely, Keely, and Thorin deaths. Yeah. They're little emotional people. Or in lieu of their homelands and anything they've lost. Dwarves in WoW are really. What's up with the God, who are they? The fucking Griffin riders. The tribalistic Griffin dudes. What the fuck are those about? What were they called again? Actually, I have to go, folks. I can't be here. It's 6 o'clock. I actually have to leave. Favorite bands you've seen live? Back in the day, fuck, the last concert I went to was what? Cannibal Corpse, Immolation, Napalm Death, and Beyond Creation. That was fun. I don't even know what band I'd like to see now. The Hippogriff Riders. But what's the group of dwarves called in WoW? The ones that are like nomadic. Do they not have names? WoW dwarf Hippogriff. The Griffin. No, not Hippogriff. Griffin, not hip. Is it the same thing? A Hippogriff and a Griffin? No. A Hippogriff is different. It's the Griffin Riders. The Hippogriff is a whole mix of other weird shit. The Wildhammer Dwarves. There you go. Yeah, these guys. I mean, that's cool. It's an interesting interpretation of them. As if they're not just like dwarf slayers to begin with. Like, aesthetically. They've got a bunch of tattoos. They've got like the Celtic tattoos, and then they have orange hair. They're literally just it's the Slayers. It's the Slayers. I don't think they have a death wish, but yeah. The Earthen Dwarves. Yeah, those are the stone ones, right? Yeah, those are like the Votan. It's basically the Leagues of Votan. It's like, my cousin's a rock. My cousin's a lumpy-headed, stony, penis-head man. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. If you like that stuff, that's different, but like... Yeah. I don't think I'm a fan of it, personally, but yeah. I guess in its own way, it's cool. I'd prefer Flesh and Blood, but like, yeah, that's fine. The OG ones are the best. Yeah, for sure. It's just different interpretations for different people. Yeah. Weird, man. This is so stupid. But Wowhead. Like, I typed in Slayer Gotrek Transmog. True. I mean, people, come on. I think you can get a little bit more orange than that and probably have a few tattoos. That's funny. Anyways, I gotta go, folks. I really actually do have to leave. Google WoW orcs in 2025. Okay, I'll do that very quickly, but I have to go. WoW orcs. What about them? Oh, he's like a pimp. He's all classy. I haven't seen what WoW looks like currently. It's been so long. I really, really haven't. I have no clue how this game looks. Like retail. Okay, I really do have to go though, folks. Be well, take care, and I will see you guys